Dear students, today we are going to look at nervous coordination. Okay, this is a system of nerve cells that send information around the body of a living organism in form of electric signals, which is also known as action potentials. Okay, using two important electrolytes, which are the sodium ion and potassium ion. These are the two important electrolytes the nerve cells use to send information around the body. Now, the diagram we have on the whiteboard, this is a typical diagram of a neuron. This diagram here, this is a neuron. The neuron here is the smallest or the functional unit of the nervous system. This is the cells that send information around the body using sodium ion and potassium ion. And as a cell, it must have nucleus. This is the cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm. Okay. We have the granules. Okay. We have the cell body. This whole structure here is the cell body. Then we have axon. We have dendrites. We have the axon terminals. Okay. Now, the three most important structure of this diagram are the dendrites. You can see the dendrites. Okay. Then the axon. Okay. So we are going to look at the functionality of a neuron. Now, like I said before, neurons send information in form of electric signals using two important electrolytes, the sodium and the potassium ion. Okay, now we are going to look at the difference between the axon and dendrites. Okay, what are the difference between axon and dendrites? Number one, axon, as we have on the whiteboard, is long. You can see the axon here. Axon is long. Then dendrite is short. Okay? Axon here is long. Dendrite is short. Axon is unbranched. The axons are not branched. Okay? While the dendrite here has branches. Axons are unbranched, dendrites are branched. You have the branches of dendrites. The axon here is not branched. Okay? These two differences are what we can see with our eyes while looking at the diagrams. Okay? They are known as structural differences. Now, the last difference is what we cannot see. This is different based on their functionality, based on their functions. Okay? See the mode of transmitting impulses. The dendrites send impulse to the cell body, while the axon take the impulses away from the cell body. So as dendrites send impulse to the cell body, axon take the impulse away from the cell body. So this is the mode of impulse transmission. This impulse means information. They send information or signals to the cell body, that's the dendrites. Okay? Then axons send the impulses away from the cell body. These are differences between the dendrites and axon. Is that okay? Alright. Now, the next we are going to look at other important structures of a neuron. This structure here we have is the Schwann cell. Okay, this is the Schwann cell. Alright. Then this here is the myelin sheath. Okay, the Schwann cell here produce myelin sheath. Do you understand? The Schwann cell produce myelin sheath. Now, what are the functions of the myelin sheath? Myelin sheath here makes the rate of impulse transmission to be more rapid. Okay, that is, it increases the rate of impulse transmission in the neuron. Okay, and because of that, now we have two types of neuron. We have neuron with myelin sheath, and we have neuron without myelin sheath. Okay, neuron with myelin sheath are known as myelinated neuron. Neuron without myelin sheath are known as unmyelinated neuron. Why? Here, in myelinated neuron, we have myelin sheath present, which increases the rate of impulse transmission. Okay? Then, in unmyelinated neuron, there is no myelin sheath. Okay? That means myelinated neuron with myelin sheath conduct impulses faster than unmyelinated neuron. Okay? Now here, we have potential space. As you can see, we have space between each of these myelin sheath. There is space between myelin sheath and another. We have this space here, okay? This space between two myelin sheaths is known as node of Ranvier. This structure is very important for your exam, okay? The space between two myelin sheaths is known as node of Ranvier. Okay, exam will label it as level I. Okay, and they will ask you what is the name of the part label I, or what is the name of the part marked I, and this is that part that normally marks I in past question. Okay, the name is node of Ranvier. Then here we have the axon terminal. This is the terminal end of an axon. Okay, this terminal end here is known as synaptic knob or synaptic cleft. The terminal end is known as synaptic cleft or synaptic knob. Okay, now every neuron continues with the next neuron, with the next neuron, with the next neuron until it gets to the distant target organ. Okay, it terminates with another neuron until it gets to the target organ. Okay, now we have a potential space. These are neurons. We have neuron A, we have neuron B, we have neuron C. Okay, we have this potential space here between each neuron. Do you understand? Space between two neurons here. These spaces are filled with chemicals. They are filled with hormones, which are responsible for transmitting impulses from one neuron to the next. Do you understand? Now, this space is filled with chemicals that are responsible for transmitting impulses from one neuron to the next. Those chemicals are known as neurotransmitters. Okay, they are called neurotransmitters, and the neurotransmitters are produced by neurons. Okay, and they are responsible for conducting impulses from one neuron to the next. Now, that potential space filled with the neurotransmitters is known as synapse. The space between two neurons is known as synapse. That space filled with neurotransmitters which is responsible for conducting impulses from one neuron to the next. The space is known as synapse. Okay, you can call it synaptic junction. You can call that potential space between neuron and the next neuron synaptic junction. I told you before, neuron continues with neuron and continues with neuron until it gets to the distant target organ. Okay, now this is a gland and this happens to be the muscle of the gland. We have that space between neuron and the other neuron. Okay, now we still have this chemical cell inside. Do you understand? Now that space is also filled with neurotransmitters. Okay, this space is known as neuromuscular junction. Okay, neuron transmits impulses from one neuron to the next because of the presence of neurotransmitters between neurons and the next neuron. Okay, and the space is known as synaptic junction or synapse. Then, okay, don't forget that this neuron transmits this information using two important key cations, which I call electrolytes, which are the sodium ion and the potassium ion. Then the most important structures we have in the neuron are the cell body, the axon, and dendrites, and these are different. Dendrite here is short, axon here is long, dendrites are branched, axon are unbranched. Okay, the dendrites send information in form of action potentials or electric signals to the cell body, while the axon takes it away from the cell body. Okay, this is all we have for you today. Thank you and God bless you. Please don't forget to subscribe and share. Bye bye.